Paul the Piper with us tonight. Welcome to the live chat. Milan, good to see you. Thomas Matthews, Matthew Hawk. It's good to see you. William Ward, it is a great day. Hope everybody enjoyed the Daybreak show this morning. Tonight we're talking about money. This is part 3, the money mindset. What I'll be teaching tonight. That's it. Simple. It's going to be very simple. But some things that you may never have heard before. So that's probably the value of it is, when you take some information and you just leverage the right piece of information, it makes a big difference in your life. Big difference. We'll get started in a little while. Until then, just some Q&A, and I'm just going to eat some popcorn while we're waiting. That's it. It's not as cold as it was last night, although it is cold out. It is. Wow. 60 degrees. Not bad. Seems like a heat wave compared to what I was used to, right? Does anyone else like day-old popcorn? It just tastes so much better the next day. I don't know why. A lot of foods are like that. Orville Redenbacher. Once we get it to about 100, then I start the teaching. That way I'm not wasting my words, and as many people will benefit from this as possible. So. Hit the thumbs up button. There's 25 people watching, but only 8 thumbs up button. So bang it. If you have a pen and paper, take notes. Your notes should never be more than a 3x5 card. I only want you to take notes. Like, I get these 4x6 things. They're wire bound. What they are is they are 4x6 cards, and I take notes on the inside. It's another method of taking notes. And I just go through and take notes on each page. You can see. And certain things are highlighted, certain things aren't. And that way I have a book, like I would call this the money book. And with the money book, I go through the different pages and I study the things that I've written down. This is what I'm teaching you, things like this. So when you see me looking down, this is what I'm teaching from right here. These are my outlines. So make sure to hit the like button tonight. We're teaching, this is going to be the money mindset part 3. We did it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's all good. It is all good. Peg Bell, good to see you. Andy Roth. It's like cold pizza the next day. Greetings from Italy. Eric A. Wolf. Trying to create some moderators here. and I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to grow a yard. No, this is it right here. This is it. When we get up to 100 people, then I will start teaching just to maximize the teaching. That's important. So tonight is Money Mindset Part 3. If you just get a few nuggets from it, just a few things to change your mind and challenge you, then it's all been worth it. These are things that have been important to me, things that have made a huge difference in my life, and I'll share them with you. There's enough money out there for everybody. Yep. That is the trailer park, boys. It is. It sure is. You recognized it. What else was on there this morning that you recognized? What else was on there that you recognized? Something else this morning that you definitely recognized. Coming to America. You're right. You are right. Yes. We'll get started real soon. Just going to continue eating my popcorn until everybody gets here. Ah, it's Ron Allen. You got 29th Street. Great stuff. Great stuff. Yep. George Kellis is with us. Fantastic. George Kellis is a blue wrench. Trust his judgment on this channel. Tonight is Money Mindset Part 3. And when we reach the magic number, what is the magic number? What is the magic number? Who can tell me what is the magic number? $100. That's right, Brandon. Yep. That's right. You got it. Miss Bauer, good to see you. Thanks for showing up. After this morning's daybreak show tomorrow morning, I want to get up and go out in my back deck and yell out, "Good morning, my neighbors." See if there's any response. Do that at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. John Hoover from Austin, Texas. And Daniel Barnett with the Blue Wrench Society. 18 Wheels to Flatten Curve. I am broadcasting through YouTube, not StreamYard tonight. So I'm getting actually real-time replies. I was not hungry for dinner, but I'm a little bit hungry just for a little popcorn. Yes, this lesson is still viable if you didn't see the previous two. That is correct. Yes. Gunnar Kaiser from Germany. Good to see you. I love popcorn. This is the year that you get unstuck. Good evening, my neighbors. We're at 75. We start teaching at about 100. That's what I do. Justin from 30 Day Reviews is here. He is also a Blue Wrench, part of the Blue Wrench Order. The secret order of the Blue Wrenches. It does apply to the UK sterling, yes. My candle ran out of batteries. I don't have any C batteries, so I took a little tea light candle. What you see behind me is actually a real flame. So if you see that like flaming up, please let me know. I have a fire extinguisher right over there. So I rarely ever burn candles in here. Rarely. It's just too much. There's too many flammable things in here. Yeah, so it's starting to rain here. I can hear it on the roof a little bit. Eight and a half months pregnant. Congratulations. That's going to be wonderful. Home birth with midwives. That's the way to go. If I was ever going to have another child again, it would not be through a hospital. It will not be through a hospital. There definitely will be a midwife here. If I ever make more children. Which there's always a possibility. I'm not opposed to it. Of course, I need to meet a woman who is of childbearing years. So. North Texas. Rainstorm soon, then ice. Yeah, you and John Hoover are going to be ice skating by morning. Definitely. Man, I am tearing into this popcorn. Tearing into it. Holy crap. I didn't eat dinner, so I guess this is my dinner, right? And drinking some ginger ale, which is diluted 50-50. I fill the cup up halfway with ginger ale and then halfway with water. There's nothing on that popcorn. Nothing is on there except butter and a little shake of salt. $30-day. What state do you live in? What state do you live in? forget you told me once. I didn't realize I was hungry until I started eating this popcorn. Holy cow. We're going to start Money Mindset Part 3 as soon as I hit 100 followers. There's 83 people watching, but there's only 45 thumbs up. You guys need to hit the thumbs up button. John Doe, good to be back. San Diego in the house. That is wonderful. My camouflage works indoors. It does. First two parts are deleted. I'm actually going to create a series. It's like a course I'm going to create, but I'm doing the whole thing for free right now. Money Mindset. Connecticut is in the house. Toronto is here. I'm in a good mood. No Angry George tonight. No matter what happens. You guys know that Angry George is an act, right? You do know that, right? Favorite Bruno quote, get you back. Yeah, stop trying to get her back and get you back. So important. When did you lose you? That's one of the things I ask people. Tremont, good to see you. Good to have you here. For those who were wondering about the Angry George, the Angry George is, I'm only going to say this once, for the newcomers. For the newcomers, sometimes I do Angry George, and I'm not angry. It's kind of like the Phil Hendry kind of thing. The Angry George. And did you ever notice I can't do Angry George for too long? I can't do it without like cracking a smile, because I just can't stay angry. Jeff Smith's, I end up quoting you just about every day. Well, that's a good thing. I saw the preview for Wrangler Stars video. Yeah, I'm fake angry. I just can't sustain it. I can't sustain it. Vortex Method t-shirt. There was a limited run and they're done. If I make a new one, then that'll be another story. Green tea in the soda stream, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. An absolutely incredible product. I love making sweet green tea with SodaStream. What I do is I use stevia. I don't use sugar. Yeah, John Hoover gets it. John Hoover, it's, anyone who's ever been in law enforcement knows any kind of interrogations and investigations, the concept of good cop, bad cop. And it's a method of polarizing. Do I swim? Yes, I swim very good. I swim very good. I love the water. I am a fish in the water, and my children swim like fish, and they fish as well. Yeah. Mixing fruit juice with carbonated water, one with black cherry, one with apple juice, so it turns out like Martinelli's. Super good. That sounds wonderful. I've tried combinations like that, and it's just magnificent. It's beautiful. All right, so we're going to get started. Let me take a look at my notes. A lot of you people who are watching, take notes if you can. If you can, take notes on a 3x5 card. All I want you to get is 3 to 5 nuggets of information, 3 to 5 statements that you can leverage, and then you keep them together. You keep them together like in a card deck, okay? And put a rubber band around it. And that way you can flip through them. I also have 4x6 cards, this like bound little card book with my notes, like the notes for tonight are on here. Okay. I mean, what's this cost? About $3 at Staples or something. And I go through and I take notes when I teach. So when I teach you and you see me looking down, like when I'm looking down like that, that's usually what I'm referring to. So that's important that you do that. Get yourself 3x5, 4x6 cards. If you like, get the wire bound one. This is magnificent. I love this thing. All right. So this is the money mindset part 3. The biggest mistake is thinking that becoming wealthy is impossible. You might say, I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy. There's a young gentleman who follows me, and he made it very clear he doesn't want this information out there. So there's no personally identifiable information. He's followed me for some years now. And he wrote me in the fall and said, I am now officially a millionaire. I am now officially a millionaire. And that was through his investments and consistent saving and not spending like a drunken sailor. No offense to drunken sailors. The biggest mistake is believing that you cannot be wealthy. So the first thing you have to do is to decide to become wealthy. It has to be a decision. You don't all of a sudden wake up one day and, gee, what is this? What is this strange grouping of numbers in my bank account? And then you encounter this money. It's a very conscious decision. There is a scripture that talks about to be aware of your flocks. In other words, when you think about the culture, the farming culture, and when you had flocks of animals, every one of those animals offered several products, whether it be milk or meat when butchered, or wool from sheep. Okay, so every single animal was part of part of your wealth system. And the scriptures say, know the conditions of your flocks. That was just a kind of a Middle Eastern desert way of saying, know what's in your bank, know what's going in and going out. Be aware of your resources on a daily basis. So that's why I tell you on a regular basis, You hear me say this. Make money a priority. And the hardest people to get that through their head are Christian people, because what they hear when Christian people hear me say make money a priority, they hear me say, oh, he loves money. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. But money needs to be a priority. That's important. You're not being greedy. What you want to focus on is positive cash flow. Think about how much it costs you to live. Divide that by 30. What is the number? How much does it cost you to live today? How much money do you have to generate? Literally, how much money do you have to generate today to pay today's bills? Okay. Anything that you earn above and beyond what your expenses are is called positive cash flow. I don't care if it's 10 cents more or $10,000 more. Now, the coach that I'm working with, we talked, if you remember this, you have to have a $6,000 day every day. And I've never had more than a $3,000 day. Actually, I think I had a $5,000 day once last summer in July. And I was like, woohoo. And my coach said, now we need to make that a regular thing. That's important. Those who've created wealth understand that creating financial freedom is a worthy adventure. Those who've created wealth understand that creating financial freedom is a worthy venture. I have 3 kids and 2 aging parents that don't need me right now, but there may become a time when they do need me. And I am more than happy to help them. Like, I keep dropping hints to my oldest son about coming into business with me here and doing a podcast. And it's not appealing to him at all. So I'm not going to ask my daughter. I'm not going to ask my youngest son. And if they don't want anything to do with dad's business, then that's the way it is. I will be there for them. Just like I tell my clientele when I do coaching. Those of you who are my clientele who are in the audience right now, you don't have to identify yourself because I do believe in confidentiality. I always tell you at the end of the coaching session, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Not just, at our next appointment in another month, but between now and our appointment, text me, email me, Marco Polo me. You need 5 minutes of my time via video tomorrow night? Let's do it. Don't wait a month. Don't wait until your next official session is. So when people pay for my coaching, it's almost like they're paying a retainer for my services during that time that we're coaching. I always say, I'm here for you. I always say, and as always, if you need me in between now and when we are scheduled to talk again, I'm here for you. That's what they're going to hear over and over and over. I can see my clientele actually forming the words in their mouth saying, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And a lot of them are married. And one of the things, when a guy is spending a lot of money on coaching, he has to convince his wife that it's worth it. I have wives. I don't coach the wives. I only coach men. I have wives that say, you better make an appointment with George. Literally, one client's wife said, I like you better after you talk with George. Interesting, right? She notices a difference in him after we have a session. Pretty interesting. Now, before that little automatic voice in your head says for the millionth time, I don't want to be wealthy. I don't need to be wealthy. I want just enough to be happy. You need to understand 2 points. Number one, getting rich isn't just about you. Getting rich is not just about you. And 2, limiting yourself financially invalidates your abilities. Getting rich is about your wife, your kids, your girlfriend, your mom and dad, your neighbors. Do you have enough overflow of resources where if crap hits the fan, that you could feed the family next door to you, if need be? Can you invite them for dinner if they run out of food in a hard situation? That's wealth. That's beautiful. But you've been saying, I don't need much. I only need just enough to get by. Just enough to get by does not help your kids, your aging parents, and the neighbors who are in need. I'll never forget one time I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and there was a guy kind of panhandling at an intersection who wanted money, need money for food. And I had a bag lunch with me. And I rolled down the window and I said, dude, I have an apple for you if you want it. His reply to me was, fuck your apple. I'm like, okay, all righty. Okay, all righty then. I guess it really wasn't about needing money for food. So if I was hungry, like literally hungry, and someone offered me an apple, I'd thank them for the apple, and I'd give thanks to the Lord for providing. That's what I would do. So, yeah. The middle class is for those who settle for just enough rather than striving for prosperity. When you compromise your finances, you are unable to help others because you're struggling to take care of yourself. The reason why we accumulate cash is so we can help others, not just sit on a pallet filled with cash. When I first started my business in 2016, I said I'm going to make enough money virtually online. And that, I think 2016 or 2015 might have been the first time I got a Galaxy Note. I think I got the Galaxy Note 2. At that time, that phone was $700. That's a lot for a cell phone in a world where they're giving cell phones away for free, basic cell phones. Since then, I got the Galaxy Note 5, the Galaxy Note 9, which is what I'm speaking on now. The phone that I'm talking to you on right now, right here, cost me $1,200 cash. I don't pay for the phone. It's paid for. It's accounted for in my taxes as a business expense. I literally support myself 100% with my phone. I pay all my bills, and I'm building my future with my phone. Not even a laptop. I have a laptop, but I don't do anything on the laptop. Nothing. I do everything 100% on my phone. My phone costs for the month are $104, which automatically come out of a bank account. Everything I do is on my phone. This 61-year-old boomer is making more than a living with just his phone. And my attitude is, if I can pay for my phone every month with YouTube, $104, if I can get monetization of $104, I'll be fine. That happened within about 2 months. My next bill was my car insurance bill. If I can pay for my phone and my car insurance, that's my goal. Then I'm going to be good. By 6 months, I was paying my car insurance. At the end of 1 year, I was paying the equivalent of a mortgage with my phone. My phone provides me with mortgage money. I don't have to touch anything. I don't have to go into savings. I don't have to do anything. My phone pays for my phone, my car insurance, and my monthly housing. Simple as that. The middle class and billions of people convinced by politicians and media to turn your money over to those who are smarter than them. We have money managers. We have actually money managers. I know people that have a FA, a financial advisor, that they pay a lot of money to. I don't have that. They turn their money over to those smarter than them. They settle down in a nice house, thereby keeping them from moving for the next 30 years. I don't have 30 years. I don't have another 30 years. I mean, I do, but I'm not spending the next 30 years buying a house. To hell with that bullshit. The next house that I buy is going to be cash, or it will be paid off within a couple of years, period. I am not going to have a 30-year mortgage. That will not be happening. Been there, done that. Make a decision right now to become wealthy. Debunk all the ideas that idolize the mythology of the middle class, the temporary comfort provided by the house that you don't really own, the school, the couple of BMWs, the 401k, the 2 weeks off is nothing compared to creating wealth. I literally don't need a job. I don't need a job. My phone pays all my monthly bills, and my phone is going to help my retirement. Everything I do is on my phone, 100%. My phone is my recording studio. My phone is my office. My Daybreak show is in my kitchen. It's not a studio. It's a kitchen. The Cozy Nook is a kitchen table with 2 windows and a rooster on the wall. That's it. I don't have a studio. I'm out in a shed right now. Half of the shed is garden tools. The first step to becoming wealthy is to make a decision, and that requires you to lose the middle class mind. I grew up lower class. I grew up going to garage sales. They used to call them rummage sales with my mother and go through clothing. And I'd find clothing in good condition. To this day, I still go to Salvation Army and Goodwill to buy clothes. To this day. Make a decision right now that you are going to become wealthy and that you're going to help a lot of people, whether it be your kids, your parents, or your next door neighbor. You don't need to trust yourself at this point. Put your trust in someone who's done it. When I first started studying wealthy people, I put my trust in them because I couldn't yet trust myself. This is going to get better and better. Let me show you some ways that you can make $1 million. Now, $1 million, if you want to have a free-flowing $1 million, you really need 5 million. Just always aim for 5 times higher than what you want. If you want $1 million, aim for 5. Here's a few ways to get $1 million. You could have a salary, have a job that makes $50,000 a year and work it for 20 years. You can work a job that pays $100,000 and do that for 10 years. You can get a job that pays $250,000 and work it for 4 years. If you want to make $1 million, you have to earn $114 per hour every hour of the year. Or This is about creating a product. You need 5,000 people to buy a $200 product. That's easy enough. You need 10,000 people to buy a $100 product. You need 1,000 people to buy a $1,000 product. This is how to make $1 million. You need 2,000 people to pay $42 a month for 12 months. Are you learning? Are you learning? Let's talk about increasing income. Once you've done the math and realize how easy it is to get wealthy, to get enough money to live and more, you need to focus on increasing your income streams. Your income streams are important. Right now, I have 12 income streams. Right now, I have 12 income streams. My goal is this. It's a very strange goal. My goal is to have all 12 of my income streams earn $1,650 a month. That's what I want. I did some math. It's my own little private math. I want each one of my income streams to earn me $1,650 a month. So we want to make those streams strong. I was super excited and realized how important increments and surges in income are to validating confidence and possibility. When you quit bitching about your money and start taking responsibility for increasing your income, it's amazing what happens and how fast it can happen. Money seems to flow to those who give it the most attention, who take the most responsibility for it. If you listened to the Mastery of Money video by Stuart Wilde, how many watched the video that I recommended? I'll recommend it again tonight. It's called The Mastery of Money. It's an hour and 10 minutes long. It's by Stuart Wilde. It's on YouTube. Money never found me when I was complaining about it. Ever notice the people who bitch about money are those who are the most broke? They say if you want to get something done, hire a busy person. That's important. If you want to make money, you need to hang out with people who have money. The broke groan, cry, and bellyache and moan while the rich take responsibility for their life. Make the commitment to create wealth, be ethical on your journey, and do whatever it takes to achieve it. Let's face it, being broke is unethical. Let me say that again. Being broke is unethical. There's so many ways of earning money. I am earning with a telephone, a smartphone. 100% of my living money right now does not come from cutting hair. Cutting hair is FU money. I take the money from cutting hair and I put it in a clip. And that clip is in my left pocket. That's where that money is. As far as the money that I use to live on, there's so many different ways. You can sell from home. You can write a blog. You can edit for authors. You can release a podcast. You can create affiliate programs. I have a lot of affiliate programs. Let me give you an example. I post an Amazon link. I make with Amazon anywhere, just Amazon alone, anywhere between $85 and $300 a month on Amazon. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to realize I have multiple streams of income. The Let's Get Checked hormone test that I get done every few months, where I prick my finger, put it in a vial and send it in, and I put my link there. That alone, that test alone, is mortgage money. I get 75% commission from that. 75% commission. Last month, I made about $1,300 getting my hormones checked. And other people benefited from that as well. That was $1,300, and all I did was post a link. What else? I'll never forget people like Grant Cardone. He says, I'll never forget when I made my first 100,000 a year. And then the next milestone for him was 100,000 a month. That was a big deal. What was the difference between making 100,000 a year and 100,000 a month? Did he work more? Did he work harder? No, he fine-tuned his systems, the conditions of his flocks. That's important. Remember, you are a business. Why don't you treat yourself like one? Why don't you treat yourself like one? Cindy Crawford said, I am the CEO of a business that offers a very hot product called Cindy Crawford. She says, but be aware, I never wake up looking like Cindy Crawford. She puts on her makeup, does her hair, and Cindy Crawford is a business. Are you a business? Are you worthy of being a business? Why would people want to give you money? Give me 10 reasons why people would want to give you money. I can write down right now at a chalkboard 10 reasons why people would give me money. 10 things I would exchange services for money. What will people give you money for? That's what you need to ask yourself and commit it to paper. Remember last night I talked about, I forget what the percentage was of people that are millionaires. Hold on, I'm going to find it so I can speak intelligently about it. 4 out of 5 millionaires work for somebody else. Kyle Z, you nailed it. 4 out of 5 work for somebody else. Kyle Z, you become a moderator because of that. Brilliant. We just added you to the order of the blue wrench. So you don't need to have a business to become wealthy. You don't. It's not true. It's not true. You are a business. Don't feel like you have to start a business. Now, I will never forget this attitude that I had. Who's got my money? Who's got my money? Make a list of people who have your money. The money you want, figure out what you can do to exchange with them, whether you have a service or a product or an idea. I want to work with one of you, 2 of you, 3 of you. I want to collaborate with you on a business. Are you a software developer? I'm a marketer. What do you have? Do you have a business idea, but you need someone to run the business? Email me, gb@georgebruno.com. We'll put our heads together and see if we can get that idea off the ground. And I will negotiate for my equity in that issue. Do you have an idea? If it's something that I think would work, I will let you know. We'll sign the proper papers. I will have my attorney look at it. Boom, we're in business. Do you have an idea? Do you want to be my business partner? Let's get that shit rolling. This is the year that you get unstuck. I might be just the person you need to get that business off the ground. I'm not afraid of doing business with people. You already know what my standards are. You already know I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You already know I take care of this body. You already know I'm a disciplined person. You already know that I'm a good steward with your ideas. You might be the technical guy and know all kinds of IT stuff, which I don't. I know marketing stuff that you don't know about. Email me, gb@georgebruno.com, if you want to do business. And I'm not kidding. So who's got my money, right? That's a question. Thank you for that super chat, David Lucas. Who's got my money? I wrote this down because I thought to myself, this was a fantastic example of who's got my money. Grant Cardone writes, my wife and I were recently at a conference and I reminded her, Elena, there's 4 to 6 people we need to meet here. When my stuff travels with me to a convention, I remind them, be nice to everyone, but remember we're here to meet people who have our money. There are people. Be nice to everybody because there's people here who have our money. Who is going to Rebel Capitalist in Miami with me this year? Raise your damn hand. Start thinking about it. If not, if you go, we'll have a fun meetup. I'll make sure that we have a meetup, just our group, and that we are in a room in a hotel, or that we all sit together at a table. If I can get a dozen people to go to this, we're going to have a friggin' blast. Screw all your conventions and conferences. Let's go to Rebel Capital Live and make some gosh darn money that's going to change our lives. Let's shake hands. Let's look like people who have money. But before you walk in, the attitude is this: be nice to everybody because there's 4 to 6 people here who have our money. This must be your focus. If you don't do this, you miss out on opportunities and waste time with people who cannot and will not buy or invest in your ideas. Sounds bad and selfish, doesn't it? Well, nobody calls me bad when I whip out the card and I pay for everybody's meal around the table. I'm not so bad then, am I? No one thinks I'm selfish when they call me at 2 o'clock in the morning and they say, I need your help, man. Can you help me? I just need 5 minutes of your time. If you spend all your time with people who can't pay you and will end up being someone who can't pay, period. Who's got my money? Can you imagine going to Rebel Capitalist this June in Miami? Think about it. Think about it. Don't bitch about it. Think about it. If you spend all your time with people who can't pay, you will end being someone who can't pay. That's why I like being in a room with people who are smarter than me. You ever see these YouTube channels and there's like a moderator and a bunch of cartoon heads with like fake ass names? I am so vehemently opposed to that. Everybody needs to show their own fucking face and their own fucking name. Let's get real. Why do we want to get rich? Why do we want to become wealthy? Because we want to help people. I have 3 kids, 2 aging parents. My neighbors might need help when the shit hits the fan. And guess what? I will have food. When the stores have no food, I have the food. My home will be warm when their home is ice cold and they need a place to sleep. I've got blankets and pillows. They can sleep on the chairs and the sofas and the cots. all around the house because I'm prepared. If you look at money and wealth in that way, that you will be able to help people, it's going to revolutionize your view of money. So ask yourself this question: who's got my money? Be nice to everybody because somebody has your money somewhere. When I start the Daybreak Ranch, there is somebody in my audience somewhere right now who's got $5 million, who's got 500 acres, and they want to give 5 acres. They got 500 acres and they wouldn't miss 5 acres. And it's got a few outbuildings on it, and maybe a main house and some cabins or an old camp of some type. That will be the Daybreak Ranch, where people come to heal, get their shit together, walk tall, walk faster, heal from busted relationships. I don't believe for 1 minute I'm going to have to work my ass off to build the Daybreak Ranch, even though I will be doing it physically, busting my ass. But I do believe that somebody will come up with the funding for it somehow, some way. Someone who's been touched. I don't doubt that for 1 second. Not 1 second. Not 1 second. The way people have been talking to me privately is this: George, I have 200 acres. George, I have $4 million. George, I have 100 acres, and I was thinking I wouldn't miss 5 to 10 of those acres and give them to you for what you do. That's the kind of conversations that I'm having offline, because I put it out there, and I'm not talking about vibrations and all that bullshit. You've seen my dedication for 6 years. This is not get rich quick. There's nothing get rich quick about this stuff. Nothing. Now, you can help more people with the more money you have. You can help more people with the money you have. So ask yourself, who's got my money? And keep asking that question until you have the answers. There's a lot of people who don't like to talk about money. Remind yourself that you don't like just getting by or being broke. When your goals are big enough, you will quit telling yourself lies and lame excuses. Here is a great quote: you are not going to become rich from your closet, your garage, or your living room. It doesn't happen. Every one of those garage. Did I say garbage? Garage billionaires got rich when they finally left the garage to sell their idea, their invention, or product. You have to get out and sell. When your goals are big enough, you quit telling yourself lies and making lame excuses. Billionaire Mark Cuban was quoted saying, "The most important thing you must learn about any business is sales. Sales made simple. Who's got my money? Where my money at?" If you have a money shortage, it's because you are investing your time with the wrong people and not applying who's got my money. There's no shortage of money on this planet, so if you have none, it's about some deficiency, the mental game regarding money. Time invested on who's got my money will always, think about this, time invested on the concept of who's got my money will always result in money. That's why I love the whole concept of going somewhere with my wife. You know that you go to these places like Rebel Capitalist to network with people, right? Not just to sit there like a fucking nerd taking notes for 3 days, 2.5 days. You know that, right? You know you go there to shake hands, to walk tall, to smile, to dress perfectly, speak well. You know why? Because there's people there who have your money. There's people there who have your money. In the same way that when you get money one day and you become wealthy, there will be people who will be walking in the door saying, "Who's got my money? Who's got my money?" No one's looking to take from you. I'm not looking to take from anybody. I'm looking to partner with people. Do you have enough intellectual and heart capital? Do you have the trust, the ethics, and the morality to work on something that somebody else funds? Have you built up enough trust where someone can throw $1 million at you and you turn that million into 5 million? Have you done that? Who's got your money? If I end up going to Rebel Capitalist this June and I have my wife on my arm, if there is a wife, I would say the same exact thing to her. Honey, be nice to everyone. There's people here who have our money. That's the end. The Money Mindset Part 3. I hope you learned something from it. Tomorrow night will be Part 4. And like I said, if you just get one little nugget from it, remember, there's the mechanical part of money. That's actually getting the money. That's doing the work. That's setting up the office. That's making the sales. But then there's the mental game of making money. You need both. You need both. You need the mental game. That's why Michael Bacchioni, $10 super chat. Thank you for sharing the wisdom. Note card was filled up. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I love it. Noah Ortiz, who actually painted the picture of the fighting rooster that sometimes you see behind me on the Daybreak show. Think about this. Who's got my money? Who's got my money? Make sure to watch The Mastery of Money. It is a YouTube video here on YouTube put on by Stuart Wilde. It's 1 hour and 10 minutes long. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But for some who watch it, yeah, thanks, Peg, about the candle. Definitely. I don't want to burn that thing down. For those that watch that video, it's going to speak to some people like never before. It's going to blow your mind. That's part of the mental part that I'm talking about. That's part of the mental part. The mental game of money. All right, that's cool. Any Q&A? Any Q&A? Any questions? I am very seriously thinking of going to Rebel Capitalist in June. It's going to come fast. I think. Does somebody want to double check right now? If you go to Rebel Capitalist Live, I think the tickets are like $567, $597, I forget, and they go up. I think if you wait till the last moment, I think that it goes up to, it might even go up to like 1,000, 900, 1,000. And I don't know what hotel it's at. If it is, everybody stay in the same hotel. We'll all have dinner together. We'll all eat lunch together. Some people have said, why don't you do your own conference or retreat? There will be a retreat, but I do like other conferences as well. This right here might be the best conference, possibly the best conference that I've ever attended. And I've done a lot. I've done a lot. Don't you want more money? I know I do. And I'm 61 years old. It's $5.97 right now. Okay. The price, I think, goes up like every month. It's Friday, June 24th to June 26th, 10:30 p.m. So you fly out on Monday. Get there on Thursday. So you'll be there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So you could have 4 nights at the hotel. 4 nights at the hotel. Think about this. Whether you double up with somebody, double occupancy, or just by yourself, or eat, as a group as well. Everybody go out to eat somewhere. Just have lunch together, have breakfast together. Meet for coffee. Just let it be. Let it be a big thing. The Rebel Capitalist Live. I think it would be badass. I really do. I think it would be so cool to go to something like that. All right, so that could easily be a $3,000 weekend. Okay. But what you learn from it could end up being a $30,000 weekend. All right. Remember how I talked about don't be the smartest guy in the room. If you go to Rebel Capitalist, you will not be the smartest guy in the room. You are there with money managers that started with nothing and now have hundreds of millions. Yeah. Julian says, please send my prayers to my grandfather. He has passed today. I don't mean to spoil the mood. Julian, condolences to you and your grandfather. Yeah, condolences. You get one grandfather, paternal or maternal, and they are valuable. And go through the process of grief. Go through the process of grief. Don't get stuck in one spot for too long when it comes to your grandfather. Yeah. Definitely. You're going to be fine, Julian. I know you and I have been talking for a while. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Yeah. All right. I guess that's enough for tonight. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. That seems to be the perfect time. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, will be Money Mindset Part 4. I think we are going to do 1 through 5. I'm not really sure yet. Yeah, we'll do 1 through 5. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So tomorrow is Money Mindset Part 4. Money Mindset Part 4. And do your homework. Look up Rebel Capitalist Live and see if it's something that you could actually realistically go to. It might be the one thing that you save up for and go to every year. I don't know. My goal is to attend there for the first time this June. And within 2 years, let's see, I'm 61 now. By the time I am 63, let me put it this way. Before I'm 64, I want to be a speaker on the stage there. Yeah. I want to be a speaker at Rebel Capitalist Live. So I have 2 years to make some things happen. And I need to improve some things before I can go there and be a guy that people want to listen to. Robert Kiyosaki will be there as well. Pick brains with him. Rand Paul is going to be there. It's a big deal. And they're still inviting more and more people. And in the meantime, watch George Gammon on his channel, Gammon, George Gammon. Rather than watching stupid TikTok videos and being involved in manosphere bullshit, go to stuff that makes a difference, that really makes a difference. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Boy, a lot of great choices, but you chose to spend some time with me. Hopefully it was productive for you. I'm glad you're here. And for that, I am thankful. Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, same time.